We talk about a lot of different inventions and technological advancements on this show, but there's still one area that's truly hard to grasp, for me personally. Audio, sound, noise, all that jazz, maybe even literally. Even just basing off pure physics, sound is complicated and fascinating, and somehow we've managed to harness that to make nice tunes for our ears to enjoy. That sounds like absolute madness to me. With that in mind, let's focus on the history of the first accessible way to kick back and enjoy some music at home, the vinyl record.
3-minute flicks. Entertaining, educating, and enlightening.
To get one thing straight off the bat, while calling them vinyls is technically a widely agreed upon term, they were originally strictly categorized as records. Vinyl itself is the synthetic plastic that the record is made out of, a product of the plastic production boom of the early 1900s. While there were some records that weren't made out of vinyl, they were in far fewer supply, and the practice ended rather quickly. At this point, you'd be pretty hard-pressed to find a record not made of vinyl, either modern or vintage. So in the simplest, quickest way possible, vinyl records work by using a needle to engrave sound information into grooves onto vinyl discs. When used during playback, the record player has its own needle that fits into these grooves, vibrating with each groove that it passes. These vibrations are then sent to the amplifier, vibrating the amps and feeding the resulting sound into speakers. The fact that this actually works makes my brain feel scrambled, but let's just go with it. So in 1930, RCA launched the first commercially available vinyl records. The discs were designed to play at 33 1/3 RPM and pressed onto 12-inch diameter vinyl discs. How did the general public respond to this massive breakthrough in accessibility? Well, they didn't. The Great Depression was in full swing, and nobody could afford to buy vinyl records, let alone the equipment to play them. While they were a fascinating technology, each side of the record could only hold roughly one song, making it highly inconvenient for anyone who would like to listen to something other than the same song on repeat for the entire evening. In 1939, Columbia Records would begin refining the technology used in RCA's vinyl records. And after nearly a decade of research and development, they released the first long-play vinyl record, using microgrooves to support 4 times the total runtime per side. In retaliation, RCA would release the 7-inch 45 RPM vinyl records, boasting longer wavelengths and less jagged angles. The sound quality would supposedly be better than the 12-inch records that Columbia was producing. However, with a shorter runtime due to the higher speed and shorter diameter, the 7-inch records would be marketed as singles as opposed to the standard 12-inch size, which was largely used for entire albums. As time would go on, more competitors would rise against the monumental vinyl records, offering digital, high-quality audio, longer runtimes, and substantially more portable mediums such as 8-tracks, cassettes, and CDs. These would overtake the throne for many years. However, the warm, analog sound would prove to prevail after the initial downfall. While new technologies may be exciting, audiophiles and music lovers alike would begin to flock back to vinyl records as one of the best ways to get a genuine sound that cannot be recreated digitally.
Three-minute flicks. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. We create new videos weekly.